Will be crying again when he sees what Trump is doing with border wall. By Dan Lindsay, Politics US News for MadWorldNews.com. Oh yes, he will be crying. New York Senator Chuck Schumer is going to be crying again after he sees what President Donald Trump is doing with the border wall money that was allocated in the recent spending bill. Somebody better get that snowflake a box of tissues. I'll be more than willing to buy him a box of tissues. Democrats acted like a bunch of prancing ponies after the recent 6-month spending bill was passed by Congress and signed by President Trump. The controversial bill, which funded many idiotic liberal pet projects, also included a little surprise for Democrats from our commander-in-chief. You know, they were prancing around all the articles, and that's why that day I was like so upset I didn't even put up any articles. I mean, I was just upset. And lo and behold, Trump outsmarted them, and you know, it was like just so perfect. According to a report by the Hill Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer was one of the most noticeable gloaters. Yes, I do remember that, as his top aide, Matt House, took to Twitter with a mocking tweet of Trump, which said, "I, for one, am tired of all the winning." Yes, you know, after that news, you know, they had the articles in the Gateway Pundit. I was going to report on them. How are you going to report on this? Like, I said, you know, like I was like losing it. I was like losing it. I'm tired of winning, Schumer had said. Yeah. Matt House's taunting tweet came in the midst of notable outrage from many Republicans in Congress who vehemently opposed the bill for neglecting to fund key conservative initiatives, the most notable of which is Trump's border wall. Liberal hacks like Schumer have been rather obnoxious with his opposition to the building of Trump's wall. And it's not Trump's wall, it's America's wall. And he's about to get a rude awakening that he didn't expect. During a recent interview with Fox News' Fox and Friends, White House spokesman Hogan Gidley detailed how Trump is going to take funds from the recent spending bill and start building a concrete border wall with it. I can just see Schumer crying now. Once video surfaces of the construction workers assembling 100 miles of the border wall, Chuck is going to lose his mind. When asked about Trump's recent tweets, which hinted at the use of military funds to build a border wall, Gidley said, "Well, I don't want to get ahead of his announcement, but I can say this is one reason that the Hispanic caucus." Gidley was interrupted by Fox host Steve Doocy, who asked, "What announcement?" Let's just take a quick listen instead of me repeating it. Oh, it's 7 minutes. Wow, sorry about that, folks. Hold on. We'll listen to most of it. Sorry.
White House Press Secretary, Deputy Press Secretary Hogan, does it seem like the Russia story never ends? And can you add anything to who's going to be on the president's legal team now that the two new lawyers are now out?
Well, I have to say, I don't know who edited that little clip, but that seems like my dreams most nights. Because when I'm in my office watching television news, that's all we hear about is Russia. We don't hear there's no collusion. We don't hear the facts that after a year and a half of spending money, us sending over all of our documents and making witnesses available, there's no collusion there. We don't hear that. All we hear is Russia is a huge problem for this administration, and it's just simply not.
What about the legal team? Can you have any update on who's going to be joining?
That's not what I want to hear.
Softened or weakened any position that Barack Obama had on Russia, and in fact, he's gone much further. You'll remember that we gave lethal aid to the Ukraine. We sent troops into Poland. We authorized the bombing in Syria, which was something...
Not going to happen?
Well, I don't want to get ahead of his announcement, but I can say this is one reason that the...
Wait, what announcement?
Well, if he's going to make an announcement how he spends that money to build the wall. But I can say that's one of the major victories for the American people in this piece of legislation that the president pushed, which was actually building a wall. I mean, that's something the president ran on. It's something, one of the reasons I think he got elected, because he understands that walls work, whether it's around Jerusalem, where they saw a 99% reduction in illegal crossings, or whether it's around San Diego, where they saw a 95% reduction in illegal crossings. The president understands that walls work. For whatever reason, Democrats used to be for a wall. They used to vote for it. They used to say that was important. Bill Clinton pushed for a wall in San Diego. So did Hillary Clinton. And for whatever reason, Democrats have decided they're against border security. They're against the American people in this way, and the president wants to protect this nation. And as you guys know, the #1 function of the federal government is to protect the American people.
Well, Hogan, you're leaving out the Republicans. It was a Republican-led Congress that came up with this bill that stripped all of the stuff the president wanted regarding immigration for the most part. He got $1.6 billion for a fence, not a wall.
That's actually incorrect. We actually can build a wall with this money, but there are political realities that exist in this country.
Can I stop you there? Because that is because the speaker told us you can use concrete. Senator Schumer says you can't. Only improve the fence. What are you saying there? You can use it?
It's my understanding you can. The Hispanic caucus came out vehemently against this bill for 2 reasons. One is because, as in the letter that they wrote to the president, which was it bolsters the president's deportation force, quote unquote, and it builds a wall. They're against it for those reasons. Right. So the secret is this is not an ending point actually for the president. It's a starting point. We've got to do more to protect this nation. This bill is a start, but you know the president ran on building the military. That's what this bill does, and the political reality exists in this town where everything we wanted to rebuild the military, something the president ran on, the Democrats came forth and said, every dollar you get for the military, we want for our pet projects here at home. And that was a trade-off the president made. He didn't want to sign the bill, as you heard in his press conference.
If he threatened the veto earlier, he might have gotten a better deal. Don't you agree?
No, I wouldn't say that. Look, we deal with a Congress here who is against the president from the Democrat side. Obviously, some Republicans. We can't get them all under our tent every time, but the president did get what he wanted and what he promised to do for the American people, which is rebuild the military and actually give a pay raise, the largest pay raise in 10 years to our troops, which they sorely deserve.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. I think the reason no one knows if they can or can't build a wall with a 1.6 is so big.
Nobody's ready.
That was exactly 2,200 pages. All right, let's talk about shakeups within the White House. We're hearing there might be another shakeup.
Well, okay, right here. Schumer and the rest of the liberals in Congress aren't going to be happy about this at all. And if there is a huge announcement coming from President Donald Trump about getting the wall built, I'm sure it will send snowflakes running for their safe spaces. It's taking Trump some time and a lot of deal-making to achieve his goals. I think it's crucial for his base to continue supporting him while understanding that a large majority of Republicans and Democrats want him to fail. That's why they keep going against him to such a degree. But, you know, the thing is that it's right here where he's saying, Gidley continued, well, if he's going to make an announcement how to spend that money to build the wall, but I can say that's one of the major victories for the American people in this piece of legislation that the president pushed. Yeah, Trump could have stopped them, but Trump just outsmarted them. That's what Trump did. And they are going to, they're already crying, but they thought, they were gloating that they won what they won when Trump signed that bill. But lo and behold, Trump outsmarted all of them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.